So I can say no to that, but I can't say no to if they ask for my license and registration. I can't say no to that. They tell me,
I mean, those are things. Yeah, those are the kinds of things that happen at every traffic stop. They're verifying who you are. You have to do that. They ask you to step out of the vehicle.
Get out of the car. Okay.
Get out of the car. Then they ask you to, do roadside gymnastics, walk a line, stand on one leg. You don't need to do any of that.
Got it. Okay, that's right.
Then they're going to ask you to blow into one of these bad boys, these portable alcohol screening device. You don't have to do that either, unless you're on DUI probation already, in which case you probably know the game already. But yeah, you don't have to blow into this bad boy. And most likely, though, at that point, based on their odor of alcohol and what they believe is slurred speech and red watery eyes and all this jazz, they're going to go ahead and arrest you. Okay. Once those silver bracelets go on, once those are on,
there they go.
Then it's time to choose. Then it's time to choose blood or breath. Because if you don't, they're going to write it up as a refusal case, and then everybody's mad at you for refusing. You're going to lose your driver's license for a whole year. No restricted license options. The DMV in a refusal case will suspend your license for a solid year. No driving at all, period, whatsoever.
So I can't.
So I've won a few. I have won a few refusal cases, but they're very difficult to win. Okay.
So, but I had to say yes to one of them. Which one should I be saying yes to then?
So I generally prefer a blood test for a couple of reasons. I think there are more things that can go wrong in the process in terms of possible fermentation, possibly challenging the accepted medical practices in the blood draw. Sanjay, it turns out if the government's going to take blood from one of its citizens, it has to do it in accordance with accepted medical practices. They can't just, call out a medic to yank your sleeve up and, stick a needle in your arm on the side of the road in an unsanitary environment and, slosh that into a couple of tubes and send it to the lab. That doesn't fly. Okay. So there are some cases where we've been able to identify problems with how the blood draw was done that leads to, an unnecessary risk to the defendant. And we can have blood results suppressed on those grounds. We can look into problems at the lab in the way that they're processing and handling the blood. We can look recently, just last year? There was actually 2019, there was a recall from a company called Becton Dickinson that makes these blood tubes. They had a recall because they didn't put the appropriate amount of anticoagulant and preservative into the blood tubes that are used for these evidentiary blood draws. And if that stuff isn't in there, they got problems. So, we dig into this stuff in every case and look at, where the issues might be. And, if the government has done everything right, then, hey, great. We'll plea out the case. But if there are problems, then we're going to fight.